start to invest in real estate, you know, invest in the business, buy a food truck, do whatever you got to do. And
Right.
if you have 150 in credit, is there.
Got like 15 minutes left. So let's talk about business credit. What did you want to know about business credit?
So once you did all this with your personal credit and you fixed it, you got it right, that's going to also give you more leverage to now build business credit better. You don't need good credit to establish business credit. But let's say if you want American Express, you want to Chase Ink, you want American Express Platinum, you want all that stuff, you do need good credit. They are going to check your personal credit, and your approvals are going to be indicative of your personal credit score. So let's say you have somebody who's listening that has a 730 credit score, no negative items, very low utilization, and they want to open up an LLC to invest in real estate. Mm-hmm. Now what they can do is they can open up an LLC today. They get their LLC, they get their EIN tax ID document, they get an email address, they get a house address or whatever the case is. You don't really need a business address to do this. You apply for 5 credit cards. You apply for a PNC Bank. You apply for a Capital One. You apply for, several credit cards. Mm-hmm. Let's say each credit card gives you $20,000, and it comes with a check.
And we're talking about business credit cards right now.
Business credit cards. Right. Let's say those business credit cards that you get under your LLC gives you $20,000 each. Now you have $100,000 where you could link up with a realtor or a mortgage lender or an investor and say, listen, I got $100,000 cash, because if you get a check for that credit card, it's like cash. Right. So now under that LLC, using those business credit cards, you can take that $100,000, put it as a down payment for hard money, investment property, whatever you got to do. Once you make your money from that, pay off your $100,000 and just repeat the process.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it is a personal guarantee. Somebody said, is it with a PG? Yes, they do pull your personal credit. There will never be, unless you're Facebook or Walmart, they're not going to pull your personal credit for those type of cards. But you got to be an established business. Other things you can do. There's a website that's called Dun & Bradstreet, right? D&B. You want to get your DUNS number to establish business credit. You want to make sure that you're applying for things like gas cards, Uline, small vendors that will make you pay everything in 30 days. So those are called net 30 accounts. Mm-hmm. And then that's how you build your business credit. Like I started building my business credit. I've been doing it since like 2014. I asked for a credit limit increase, kind of like what you said, keep doing it. I did it with one of my business accounts with Dell. They just increased me to $100,000 with Dell. Like, I don't need it. You know what I mean? But let's say something happens where I get this huge, I have 13 employees. Let's say if I'm like, yo, we need to go on a hiring, I need to hire 15 more. I can hire 15 more computers, MacBooks, whatever I got to do based off of the business credit. I don't got to tie up my cash. Let's say if I go to Chicago and I want to go on a seminar with you guys, I can use one of my gas cards and not have to, let's say I have to drive, I can use one of my gas cards. Let's say if I want to use one of my airline cards, I can use my Citibank with American Airlines that's not tied to my personal, it's on my business.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all that stuff, think of it as like you having a totally separate profile where you can literally leverage more things with your business.
Let me ask you about DUNS. Does DUNS give you a score?
Yes, they do. The DUNS number goes up to 100.
Okay.
Okay. So as long as usually you pay your bills on time, you get an 80 automatically. You get an 80. So it doesn't go up anything higher than 100. Remember, personal credit score is 300 to 850. DUNS number is only 100. So if you pay your bills on time, you get an 80, right? If you pay your bills 3 to 5 days ahead of time, you might get a 90. If you pay your bills with your business credit, as soon as the bill comes in and you're paying it like 15 to 20 days ahead of time, then that's how you get the perfect score, right? Because you have 30 days, just like with the business, it's net 30.
All right, so because we haven't been taking advantage of that, because we have a DUNS number, but then we never took the extra steps to actually start applying for these different cards and using our
right.
And we get an email for the DUNS from Dun & Bradstreet with offers for this, that, and the other, or whatever, but we just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, here's the thing, Dun & Bradstreet, don't allow them to have you buy anything from them, because all that they're doing is they're having you pay for one of like their premier services, and that's it. You have your DUNS number, that's all you need. You don't have to pay for anything else.
Oh, okay, so it's been good that I ignored all that stuff.
Yes. It's good. They're just trying to sucker you into buying stuff, and it's like a credit monitoring that they're trying to get you to do. To monitor your business credit, we recommend a place called nav.com, which is NAV, so November, navviolet.com. So nav.com, nav.com. That will actually allow you to monitor Equifax, Experian, and Equifax business credit, along with your personal credit too. So there's somebody that we recommend to our business credit clients to monitor your business credit. It's like $30 a month, and that's it.
Actually, I know it's not free.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the great thing is, for $30 a month, it also allows you, it reports a trade line to each one for the credit monitoring that you're paying. So it's pretty cool. So let's say you have no business credit at all. You pay $30 a month for the credit monitoring, and they report the credit monitoring to your business reports as an on-time payment, which helps you establish business credit. You know what I mean? So the thing with business credit is, you know how, you're born, you get a social. Usually when you're born, everybody gets a social, right? As long as you're born in this country, everybody gets a social, right? So the thing is, you don't get a credit report when you're born unless you start applying for credit, get an authorized user. It's even worse when it comes to business credit. Just because you have a EIN, and just because your business exists, and just because you are paying things for your business, doesn't mean that you have an active DUNS number or an active business credit report. You have to actually manually establish all three of them. And nav.com is the easiest way to activate your business credit reports and to get that reported so you're present. A lot of the times, the reason why people get denied for business credit is because they have no presence. People don't know they exist. They're like, yo, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Yeah, but do you have a business credit profile? And nav.com is the easiest way to get that done.
All right.
We on that.
All right, we on it.
Yep. So, and then with that, I mean, a lot of the things that you can do too as a business owner, right? When you start applying for business credit and you start getting business credit, right? What, besides a mortgage and besides usually payroll, one of the biggest expenses that on a monthly basis is an auto loan, is a car, right? Because a lot of the times when people start getting busier in business, they want to get another car to marketing, and they want to, kind of like stunt a little bit, whatever you want to call it, right? So you want to get a nice car. The thing is, if you build your business credit up and good, you could actually get a car under your business that doesn't report to your personal credit. So now let's say if you are getting investing and you are going to start doing real estate, it's one less payment that's being reported, because what's one thing they look at? Your debt to income ratio, right?
Income, right.
So let's say you have two cars that you use just for business, and each payment is $700, but it's on your personal credit. Now that's $1,400 a month that they calculate towards your DTI, and that can throw you off from getting approved for $100 grand, $300 grand, $400,000 house. So it's like, why not? Those are cars. Put them under your business. And for that, you need the DUNS number, you need an EIN, an LLC. Depending on your state, you need a corporation code with motor vehicles. So it's like you do all that, boom, now you start getting cars into your business. Now they're like, wow, you have the monitoring, you have a gas card, you have the Dell account, you have Apple, you have the, American Express, you have this, you have cars. So now you can leverage that to get a line of credit. Once your business starts making money, you can get another credit card, you can get a mortgage, so it's like you start building it the same way you build your personal credit. And that's why I tell everybody, if you have an LLC, you're kind of at a disadvantage if you don't start building business credit.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? So I hope that helped. I hope I dropped them gems that you guys are talking about.
Gotta get you on the podcast. Like, we were scheduling to have you on, in May.
Yeah, man. That would have been my birthday too.
Man, but it's still a lot of uncertainty. But the great thing is we're still gonna have that seminar eventually. Chicago State University, they really want us to bring that to the campus. So we're definitely gonna get you out here to Chicago.
Awesome. Can't wait.
We want all people to be able to meet you and talk to you in person.
Awesome.
So this one thing I want to say to the audience, we want you all to bring everything together: the credit, the cash, the ability to locate properties, building your team, knowing that it takes an entire team. That's why we never say anything about what we did on our own. We have an entire team. We have people. We have our realtor. We have our attorney. We have our lenders. We have our inspector. We have our contractors. We have our property manager. We have an entire team. It takes a team to bring all of this together. And if you guys are looking for great opportunities in real estate, Chicago is hot. Caesar's always talking about it.
Always.
Up next,
always talking about it.
Next, for those you don't know, you can come back at 7 o'clock. and we're going to talk to Caesar about opportunities so we can put this credit to work.
Right. And that's and you know how Caesar always talks about leverage when he says, you know, if you have $100 grand, don't buy just one property, buy 10, right? Buy 10. It's the same thing with your credit. If you can leverage your credit to invest in real estate, purchase another business, purchase marketing for your business, or car for your business, you know, a lot of things you can see that your credit can be used as a tool to make you rich or get to the next level. A lot of people are saying, oh, I only make $30,000 a year. There's no way I can get an 800 credit score. Believe it or not, the people that make the least amount of money are my clients that have the highest credit scores. The people that make 200,000 plus are the ones that have the worst credit score because they're used to dealing with cash. They're not like, man, my credit, man, screw it. But imagine if they had $200,000 a year in income and then also had a 750, 800 credit score. It's unlimited as to what they could be exposed to. So just like you said, every year, ask for limit increases. Keep asking for limit increases until they say, hey, you reached the max, man. We already gave you an $80,000 credit card. It doesn't go no higher than that.
You know, I was going to ask you, do you think it's wiser to only ask for an increase of $1,000? Because I heard that some will give you an automatic increase of $1,000, but then they will actually be checking your credit report if you go above that.
Right. So the magic pill or the magic formula to get the highest limit increase is when you do it, never do it online, right? Automated, call in and say, hey, how you doing? My name is Jose Rodriguez. I've been active Capital One or American Express member since 2015. You know, the reason I'm calling today is I'm checking to see if I'm eligible for a credit limit increase. Oh, well, what are you at? What kind of increase do you want? Well, honestly, I was calling to see what the maximum amount that you guys would give me at this given time, because your credit card has actually given me the tools in order to succeed in life with buying property, with buying this, buying that. So I would like to see what the maximum amount is, so that way I can continue using your credit card to make money and to do whatever it is I'm doing, so that way I can continue using your card, because they want to give you the highest limit because they make interest on that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you always got to ask them, what is the maximum amount that you would qualify me for at this specific time, because I want to see what I'm eligible for. You say that, it's a wrap. Because you might be selling yourself short. Was that?
And then they'll be telling you what to ask for.
Right. And then they'll say, okay, well, you have 5,000. What's your income? All right, boom, boom. All right, well, you only wanted 3,000. But guess what, Jose? We actually approved you for an additional 15 because you've kept your balances low. You've paid on-time payments. And we see that you've been an exceptional customer since 2015. So we're going to go ahead and give you an extra 15,000. All you wanted was 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave you 15. So now what can you do with that 15? Let me take that 15. Let me buy this seminar. Let me do this. Let me flip this house. Let me buy this. That 15, if that 15 is not making you 40 or 50, you're doing something wrong.
Right. You got
something wrong
to make more money. You take the money and get an asset. Period. You don't take and create liabilities. You take money and get it and create.
Right. Use your credit to make more money. Think of it as cash. Like if you can't flip something, if you can't see your return on investment, your ROI, don't, like, if you're like, oh, you know what, like the perfect candidate for real estate, honestly, is somebody that has 100 grand in credit and never uses their credit cards, and they're always on time, 800 credit score. Guess what? Yo, why don't you take that 100 grand, buy some property, bro? You already know you're responsible. You're gonna make your payments on time. Right. That 100 grand over 2-3 years can make you over $1 million. All
right. So look, we got 2 minutes left. What do you think we should be talking to Caesar about when we get him on here?
So Caesar is the magician of allowing you to see your potential when it comes to real estate, because it's not as hard as you think. It's a lot easier. So a lot of the people need to be asking Caesar, like, your first step should be credit, making sure you have a pre-approval, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. The stuff you should be asking Caesar is, maybe what are some good markets? What would you say is somebody who I need on my team? Because you guys have a great team. So, okay, when I invest in real estate, who should I have according to this? Should I get an FHA? Should I get a multifamily? Those are questions you're going to see that you're going to see it's easier than what you think to start investing in real estate.
All right, Jose. Look, we're gonna have to do this more regularly. All right?
Let's do it, man. I'm ready.
I think the people really like this information. I'm sure they're gonna be hitting your DMs, the followers.
We're gonna try to make sure to save this too, because
okay,
asking us to put it on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna save it and put it on there. Another thing too, for all of those people that are from the East Coast listening to this, if you do come to Chicago and you're trying to locate property, and if you need a good team to do the renovation, hit us up. We'll help you. Our team is your team.
Awesome,
Right.
bro. Much
right,
love, man. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, later.
Have a good one.